Hey guys, I am here for my first challenge, my first day of the challenge that I'm going to bring you 30 tips every day for 30 days. So my first one is we have to start with the basics. Here's the thing, your logo is not your brand, all right? If I've said it once, I've said it a million times before, your logo is not your brand. So what I want you to focus on now is understanding this exact concept, because if you can get your head around this, then it makes everything else about your branding so much easier to work with and to understand. All right. So when I work with clients, new clients will come to me and they're like, oh yeah, Deb, I need a brand. And what they actually are saying to me is, I would like you to design me a logo. Now here's the thing, just because you've got a logo and you slap it on everything, that is not branding. That is simply logo placement. I always like to say to people that apples don't sell computers, all right? The apple simply tells you who owns the product and where you can buy the product. But you don't buy the product, Apple products, purely because they have an Apple logo on it. You buy them because they're beautifully designed. They are have forward thinking outside the box, progressive. It makes you look really cool if you own one, right? These are all the reasons why people will buy an Apple product. They don't buy it simply because of the logo. So what I usually find that startups do is they are on a very tight budget, which is absolutely fine, but they will go out and they'll bootstrap this particular process thinking that they're doing their branding, but in actual fact, simply getting a logo is not branding. There's no strategy behind it. There's no forward thinking. There's no idea about what is this actually going to mean and what is it going to tell our clients and how is it going to make our clients feel. Right? So there are all these different ideas and elements to branding that you need to really think about. So what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks is we're going to be going through all of that. We're going to be looking at all of those ideas and going, okay, how can you build a brand, not simply just have a logo? Because the amount of clients, like honestly, my biggest client base comes from people who have been in business for 3 to 5 years. These are people who have bootstrapped everything. They've gone to their 99 designs. They've spent $50 on their logo or whatever it is. And now they've realized that they've got a business that they need to actually do something that is going to be relevant to their business. They need to speak to their customer. They need to resonate with their customer and make themselves feel, make their clients feel that they have something worthy to give them. It's not about a logo. And when you hear a graphic designer say this, a lot of people are like, oh, but this is, your bread and butter. Yes, absolutely it is. But if you are going to have a logo that is really going to a brand that's really going to connect and resonate with people, it's way more than just a logo and the colors and the fonts that you use. So what we're going to do is as the weeks go by, we're going to dive into a lot more about what branding actually is. But let's start with this, that your logo is not your brand. Let's start with the fact that that is just a visual connection that we have. And yes, it is important because as humans, we are visual creatures. This is something that we naturally connect with, we identify with, right? So it's an important part of it, but it's not the whole part. And so a lot of people actually lose out on a lot of potential business because all they're focused on is getting a logo designed. Whereas when we're looking at brand strategy, we're looking at so much more than that. And so please understand that your logo is not your brand. In fact, I actually have a poster behind me. You probably won't be able to see it, but there's a poster there behind me. It says, apples don't sell computers. If you want a copy of that, that you can stick up on your wall or give to any of your team or anything like that, send me a DM and I'll send you the PDF and you can print that out and have it up there to remind you and everybody in your team that your logo is not your brand. We've got to think deeper. We've got to do more. We've got to connect better with people. And this is what we're going to be diving into. So join me tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and I'm going to go through my next tip with you. Thanks.